Hi everyone, welcome to this simple tutorial that's going to show you step by step how to use AI to translate almost any video into any language you like. So let's not waste any more time at all. Let's go. Today I'm going to show you how to use a little website. So it's a small piece of software right in your browser. You do not need to download anything at all. It is a site called VoiceCheap, and it lets you easily translate almost any video, long or short, vertical or horizontal, whether it comes from YouTube or from any social network. You can sign up for free, and you can also try it out for free with a 2-minute video. Alright, let's get started now. So the very first thing to do is either go on Google, then carefully type VoiceCheap and you will see it appear right away, or otherwise just go straight to the VoiceCheap website. And then when you are on the home page, you just need to click one of the buttons. You are going to land right on this page here. If it is the very first time that you are coming onto the site, you are going to get a short little questionnaire to fill out and answer, and then you are going to see a small onboarding window appear on the screen. You can simply follow it calmly step by step or just skip it if you want to. It is completely up to you. Next, you can see over here on the left-hand sidebar that you have your first name showing up. You can also see your subscription details there. You also see the number of minutes you get when you sign up to the site. And if I'm not getting it wrong, I think you usually have about 3 or maybe even 5 free minutes that you can try out and play with. So you've got a button here that lets you create a project. Basically, this is the old translation section. You've got a bunch of options here that we are not going to explore in this video, but very quickly, you've got history, you've got the API coming very soon, settings, pricing, and so on. To upload and import a video, you can simply click on Create a Project. That is going to bring you over to this page here, and then you can either upload a video file or paste in a YouTube link. I think that for the free trial, it's about 500 words in total. Otherwise, there's no limit. It works up to one video of 2 hours and up to 60 gigabytes. So for our example, we'll grab a YouTube video. Let's say this is your channel and you want to translate one of your videos. So with Scale, the idea is really to always, what I recommend is creating several channels. If you're a creator and you're counting on Scale to get more views, gain more subscribers, be more known, make more sales, that really depends on your business model. But what I usually recommend most of the time is creating multiple channels because it helps keep your current subscribers from getting confused. And this also helps the YouTube algorithm understand you better and favor you more, because if you put several different languages on a single channel, it can easily end up causing problems. Let's just go ahead and take this video here and then I'll simply copy the link. Then you go back to VoiceCheap, you just keep the links. There we go. Wait a second or two. Perfect, the link's good. Let's keep going. And now you can pick from all the languages you want to translate into. You can choose as many as you want. Today there are 35, but that number will go up in the next few weeks. So, say we want to translate it into English, for example, since it's a French video, we want to pick that. We can also pick, say, Japanese and German. Next, right here, you can go ahead and choose the original language of the video. I already know it is in French, so I'm going to select that one. But if you've got some advanced settings to add a special brand vocabulary, for example, if you have slightly tricky words that aren't very common at all and that really belong to your company or to your brand, it does not matter. You can simply add them very easily, directly right here. Here, you can also import an SRT file if you have one. If everything looks good and the title really works for you, we can go ahead and launch the project. And then, usually you can see the progress bar moving. Here, it normally takes a few minutes. Okay, so the transcription and the creation of the project are now done. We can click on it, and then you're going to land on a kind of little dashboard. It's the new version that is about to come out very soon. Not long ago, the overall translation quality has now become much better, really a lot better than before. There are also lots of improvements and new features, so feel free to try them. It is completely free. When you land on the project page, you have several options. You can see the dubbing settings, the voice settings, and a setting for faces that will be available very soon. So, first thing to do here is choose. Do you want to keep the background noise or not? If you do not have any, like in a podcast, I would not check this. But here I know there is background noise, so we are going to keep it. You're going to see it will perfectly keep all of the background sounds, like the music, for example, when people clap their hands, when they laugh, all those little things like that. And it really keeps the whole flow and feeling of the video. It's really great. You can choose to turn subtitles on or off. They're kind of like Netflix style subtitles. There's a new feature coming soon that will let you add more dynamic subtitles. You know, the subtitles you see in vertical videos, you also have a little feature right here that actually lets you choose the way the voices are isolated. So what does that really mean exactly? Basically, the software is going to clone the voices in the video for you, and you can then choose whether the cloned voices will sound super high quality, very clean and studio-like, almost like the voices were recorded in a real professional studio. Or you can pick a little more realistic method if you want to do that. You just click right here on more info, and then you can listen and compare all the different results. Basically, you get a result that is much closer to what you had only in your original video. You can also keep a tiny bit of the background sounds and noises in there, so in the end it really depends on what you want, on what you like best. People like using that for vlogs, for example, to keep things consistent. It depends, but 90% of the time, the studio option is perfect. Then you have the different voice settings. You've got the default voice cloning option, and you can tweak it right here if you want a bit more stability between all the different little segments, if you want a bit more emotion in the voice, or if you want it to sound a little bit closer to the original voice in the video. It really depends on what you like. You can just slowly dial all of that in and gently adjust every little thing. You also have a special feature here that can help limit and control the reproduction of accents. You also have a whole voice library with really high quality voices. I think there are about 60 of them here that you can choose from with different kinds of accents and styles, and you can also import a voice directly if you want to use your very own voice. So let's say you want to import a voice because you don't have the voices in the video, you don't necessarily have them in the library, and you want a specific voice. You import the audio files and boom, it'll clone the voices and you've got your voice that you can use anywhere. So now we save and we keep the voice cloning on. I am going to make a pause here because I forgot to explain what is happening on the screen right now. Do you see on the left side all the pieces of text there? That is simply the original transcript of the video, the first version of what was said. So that's what the people who are talking are going to say in the original language, in this case in English. And on the right side of the screen, you can clearly see a little UK flag, and just underneath it, there are lots of small segments. That's exactly where the translated text is going to appear and pop up right after the translation is done. Because our software, our little algorithm is going to take care of doing the translation properly in the right way, and then all the translated text will appear right here on the screen. And of course, afterwards, if you want to, you can still go in and edit it, change it, and adjust it. But first, in this first step, you really need to check it carefully and correct it if needed, the original transcription of the video on the left. What I always recommend you do is to watch the video through again fairly quickly. So what we usually do is set the speed to ×2, and then we watch it through again quite fast. Here, for example, there's a little extra word, so we just cut it out. Okay, perfect. We have carefully checked everything, and now we can go ahead and start the translation right now. This also takes a few minutes. You can see the live progress here with the percentages and the number of minutes left. Here you have different actions. You can buy a new language, and of course you can launch other languages at the same time, no problem. You also have another little feature right here on the screen. So really, this is the feature that I like the most. This is what we call Smart Publish. In practice, what this Smart Publish button does is let you connect all your different YouTube channels, or even your TikTok and Instagram accounts, and very soon Twitter as well. You will see it appear. And then, once everything is nicely connected, it lets you simply import your videos, all of your videos, directly inside the platform, so you can work with them very easily. Let's say you brought in your video, it's translated, you click on it, and it'll translate the description, the title, and even just recently the thumbnail. So if you have a thumbnail and you don't feel like translating it by hand, our software with artificial intelligence will do it. It grabs the text on the thumbnail, leaves everything above and around it untouched, and just translates the words into the target language, English, Chinese, whatever, and boom, in a few seconds you're all set, everything's translated, and with one click it posts to all your social networks. So it really saves you a whole lot of time. Here, very soon, you'll have a special feature to add dynamic subtitles, and once the video is translated, you can turn on the lip sync option, which basically lets you, just like the name says, slowly sync your lips with the sound in the video in a really nice, natural way. Awesome, it is translated now. We can listen to the video and see how it looks. Okay, so unfortunately, you will not really be able to hear the sound of the video right now, but basically it has properly kept all the different voices of the people who are speaking in the video. So whether it is the lady who is talking or anyone else, it is also going to keep all of the background music and all that extra stuff. And like I was saying, it'll now go ahead and automatically translate the title and the description for you nice and neatly. And you can also choose to translate the thumbnail image as well. In this case, there is not any thumbnail showing up since it is a vertical video, but for a normal horizontal video, there is almost always a little thumbnail picture. You can translate it very easily and then publish it on all your different channels. You can see that I already have about a dozen of them. And you can also choose the visibility, of course. That is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do not hesitate to try it out. It is free and it does not commit you to anything. Signing up is super easy to do and the trial is completely free to use. Do not hesitate at all. Feel free to write VoiceCheap down in the comments section and I will personally send you a special discount code.